but it looks like we are live and to go. So as you saw in my title, today is our Fun with Time day 2. It's part of our challenge day. So here we go. I'm going to make sure we're pulled up. There we go. Yay. Okay. All systems go. All right. So I am going to try and make sure that I can see you guys a little bit better today because I had some comments on my video on Monday and didn't even see them. So I'm going to try and make sure I have that pulled up. All right. So today is day 2 of the Fun with Time challenge. It's a 5-day challenge. Day 1 was on Monday. So if you missed that, please see it. And those of you who are signed up for my Signature Self book, you will get this for free in your email. So currently the videos that are, and the video and emails that are coming out for that are the ones on forgiveness, and then we'll have the money and then time. So if you're following this live, but you're also part of that, you can kind of know what the sequence looks like. All right, so looking at day 2. So on day 1 of the challenge, I really just wanted you to start asking the question, what do you want to do with your time? And even if you're not signed up for the book, I want you to be able to ask that question. So I had you take out a sheet of paper and write down like everything you want to do with your time, all of it, like with your career, your family, social, fun, travel, like everything that you could possibly think of. And not just write it, but also draw it. Even if you're not a creative, like you don't consider yourself a creative person, which I believe we all are, but if you don't think of yourself that way, I still want you to engage your right brain. Like drawing it out engages a completely different part of your brain than writing it out does. And so having your entire brain working on that is a good thing. All right, so today is day 2. And today we're actually going to talk about the more physical part of time, which is a planner. But I don't want to just talk about a planner. I do want to talk about electronic because I did fail to talk about that on Monday. I did say that, you know, for me, an electronic planner doesn't work, but that's not entirely true. Actually, both work for me. So here's what I mean by that. I do use an electronic calendar for family things. So my kids, my husband, myself, we all share a Google Calendar. And as our kids became teenagers and they had sporting events and school functions and all of that stuff, they had their own phone, their own schedules. My daughter was babysitting and then she got a job. All of that stuff is too much for one person to keep track of. I tried multiple systems and did multiple things. And let's just validly say, that is a really, really busy life stage. When you have teenagers and they kind of start having their own, like, you know, social schedule and sports schedule and everything else, that is a really busy time. So I want to validate that. It is so busy. I felt like all I did was drive. Audible was one of my best friends during that time. But we needed that electronic calendar, and we had to train everybody, including ourselves, not just the kids, to make sure that we put things on there so that we knew where everybody was, where they were going, all of that. So that was really key. For me, however, I could look at that and reference it so that if I'm making a plan, I knew, oh, wait, nope, I can't do that because we have this going on. But for my own personal business and stuff that I have going on during the day, that doesn't work for me. That's where I need to write it down on a physical planner. So have your electronic calendar, you know, definitely use it if it works for you. If it works for you, do everything I say today on your electronic calendar. You can color code on Google. I've done that before, you know, at jobs that I've worked at, and that works really well too. But for me, and even one of my bosses, I would do that for, you know, for her, and she still had me print it out because she particularly was in the education system and knew that having that physical piece of paper really helped her. So it's great to have that. Yeah. So today, though, I am going to talk about the fun process of picking a planner. And it is a process. It's also kind of an experiment. So you want to give each planner some time, but you also have to give yourself permission to let go if it doesn't work. And what I mean by that is I have gone through probably 5 or 6 different planners before I landed on the one that I'm on. And in addition to that, I have other planners that have other purposes that I use for other things. So my daily calendar for my own business is the Happy Planner. I've got a really pretty cover on it. I love it. Rose gold rings. I love that I can just pull stuff out and put it right back in. I can customize this a lot. And what I loved about it most, and I learned this through trial and error, is that I really, really love being able to see my entire week all at once, and not just the week. And I don't like it when it's horizontal, the days. I like the days vertical with the hours, because that helps me to really see my time. So we will talk about color coding and time blocking on another day, but today we're just talking about the planner itself, as well as a place to corral the stuff that you use with your planner. Now, I happen to have this fancy, beautiful cover carrier that a friend of mine got for me, a really good friend, and it has a place for me to put my highlighters. Isn't that fun? And I also keep whiteout because I'm kind of a perfectionist, and so if I have to like scratch something out, it actually bugs me. So I keep my white, my whiteout really close. Of course, I like those whiteout pen things too. I just haven't gotten any. I keep, oh look, hey, there's an eraser, pencil, some Post-its. And actually this is a case for my USB drive, which is so pretty, guys. I've got my headphones in here, and in the back, I've got some stickers. I don't actually use the stickers as much as I used to. I used to be one of those people that like did all the fancy decorating in my planner. And actually at this point, with the time that I have, it's like, I just need it to function. No offense if you are that person. I love it. I wish I had the time to do it. Some of the scrapbooking ladies are like genius. They are like scrapbookers in their planner, but I just don't have time for that. So anyways, I want to give you some tips on picking one out. First, if you can, if you have near you, go to a place where you can get your hands on the planners. I think that's so key. You know, Target's got some great ones, and I looked through a lot of Target ones. I even bought a Target one and had a matching one to one of my girlfriends. And it was so funny. It was great. In fact, Shannon, I think that was you and I see you on here. Hello. And it was really cute, but the layout just didn't work for me. And so then I went and tried the Happy Planner. I've tried a couple others too. I've even gone as far as to just print out my Outlook calendar from Google. I've done that as well. So really it's just a matter of getting your hands on, seeing what you think is going to work for you, thinking through like what you need the planner for. Because, you know, the other thing is I know people who have multiple planners for business. One of them that I know, she had one for like all of her stuff she does on YouTube because she's a YouTube guru. I know another gal who had it just for her Instagram and social media, which for me, that just overwhelms me. But for them, that totally works. So it really is about what's going to work for you. But if you can go to a place where you can open them, if you don't have that, we have that at Craft Warehouse around us. Michael's has some selection. It's kind of becoming less of a popular thing again. Like it had a huge rise in popularity and it's kind of gone down. And now I'm seeing a lot more online people making planners and stuff like that. And so just make sure that you can see the pages and think through like what's going to work best for you if you can. Just so important. But again, it's an experiment. You're going to know that in 6 months, you may decide this planner doesn't work for me, and it's okay. You're going to give yourself permission to just try another. I know that's like some of these planners are really expensive. So if you can try to get one that's not like, $100, that's really great. But the reason I wanted to show you guys this too, is because what I want you to do is to have a place where you keep all of this together. You don't want to start doing your planner time, which we're going to talk about in another day, and have to go and find all your stuff. Like, to me, that is just going to kill the mood. If I am in the zone, I've got my coffee, I'm ready to sit down and work on my planner, color block, do all the stuff that I do on my planner day. I don't want to have to search for anything. That is going to kill it. I'm going to be out of the zone and it's going to kill my momentum. So get all your stuff together. And this can be a bag. I've seen gals have really, I actually had one before I had this. I had a cute little golden bag that I got at Ross for like $3, and I just kept everything in there. And then I had that, you know, nearby and on my desk. My planner typically goes with me to business meetings. I've stopped carrying it with me to personal things, and that's just because if someone wants to schedule something with me, I'm just going to tell them, hey, I need to look at my planner. But, you know, I'm on personal time. And if I have that with me, it's kind of like, you know, when I need to put my phone down, so I'm not looking at my phone all the time, I kind of need to just leave my planner at home. So I'm not looking at all the stuff I have going on. That tends to overwhelm my brain. And I'm just trying to be in the moment with whoever I'm with. So it will stay most of the time in one place. I know where I can go to it when I'm ready to start scheduling things. And I kind of have a time a week that I do that too. So again, all stuff we'll talk about later. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it for this day, is just gathering all together. Find the planner that works for you. If electronic works for you, awesome. In fact, my organizing gal, that's what works for her, is electronic. She used to have 2 and 3 planners, and she said since she switched to Google and started learning to use that better, that's worked really well for her. It just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't. My electronic is for my family and all the stuff that we do there. And my planner is for me and all my business stuff. Like, writing it down just really, really helps solidify it in my mind. So that's day 1. Guys, I just want you to feel like you're just going to have fun with this. This isn't an experiment. It's time to go get something pretty for yourself. And I will tell you, I'll end with this. I like having a pretty planner. Like, I will actually get it out and I will work on it if it's pretty. If it's functional for me, I've done that. I've had the like printed out calendar in the binder, and heck, at that point, I didn't even have it in a pretty binder, which was definitely to my detriment, because I like pretty things. So I just didn't even look at it. Just kind of kept it off to the side. It was ugly, so it actually was hidden. So that's even worse, really out of sight, out of mind. This is really pretty. I keep it out. I don't feel like, oh my gosh, my ugly planner is sitting over there. You know, I like seeing it. So it's a totally a silly thing. But you know what? As part of my Signature Self program, part of figuring out is who you are and giving yourself permission to be that person. And that is something I've given myself permission to do, is to have pretty things, because I know that works for me. And what's pretty to someone may not be pretty to, you know, what's pretty to me may not be pretty to you, and, you know, vice versa. But you got to figure out what that is for you. Okay, so that's it, guys. Thanks for joining me on day 2. I'm actually going to jump right back on and do day 3, because sometimes for me with my schedule, it's just easier to do all the videos in one day. So I'm going to try and do that today with all the challenges. If you're in my Signature Self book and program, you will actually get these consecutively each day for the challenge. So, all right, guys, thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.